So Lee, it was a 2-1 victory over Darlington, and probably the best way possible to end pre-season there.
Yeah, it was a decent game in the end. We asked them before the game to get themselves into match mode, competition mode. And first 10 minutes, Darlington hit us with exactly what we needed. They went very direct, high, long balls up to their two big lads, and we didn't deal with it at all. They caused us a good few problems. And then once they got the heads around it and the centre half started winning the headers, full-backs got on the cover, midfielders picked the seconds up, I thought we dealt with it really well for the rest of the afternoon, because the two lads up top for them were quite handful. And then in the end, we got into, like I say, game mode. We looked very competitive, and I liked the way we seen the game out second half. I was impressed with that. We seemed in total control.
Yeah, and obviously Whitby did take the lead, somewhat against the run of play at the time, with Jacob Hazel getting his goal. But I seen before the game, quite a few Darlington fans concerned about their defence. So was that something that you targeted there? Because they really failed to deal with that ball.
Not particularly. We weren't too aware. I know they're struggling for centre halves at the moment, but yeah, first 10 minutes it was like a smash and grab. That it was the first time we'd been upfield, but one ball in behind. That's our level. That's what happens. Defenders switch off, and Jake with another great finish. It was more the lads. I was pleased that they noticed it, they spotted it themselves, and they tried to play to that, because we keep drumming into them. If you see a weakness or you see something that's working for us, keep doing it. Don't stop doing it. Do it to exhaust it. And I thought we caused them a few problems there today.
And of course, Darlington eventually getting themselves level, which was probably expected after the start they made. But what were your thoughts of the way the goal was conceded?
We took too many touches in midfield. We missed a pass, turned the ball over to them, and from there they're counter-attacking us, and they moved the ball well. They used a spare man. It was a 3v2. They moved it. Eventually the big fella stuck it away. So it could have been prevented with a bit quicker play in midfield, but the lads spotted it and they noticed it, and this is the time to sort things like that out.
Yeah, and I think in the first half in particular, it looked like Darlington were the side that were really the dominant side. But in the second half, Whitby more than matched them and possibly did actually deserve that victory in the end.
Yeah, we weren't, I wouldn't say they were dominant, but we weren't just doing the basics right. We were starting, last 15, we got into the game, we picked the seconds up and looked a lot better. The players were pretty happy with how it was going themselves at half time. Put a few little extra bits in, and I thought second half we were, like I say, we got right into game mode, and we were real happy stood there watching that. They were competing all over the park. Centre halves won every header. Jas had his best game for a while. Good to see him back. Kelly came on, winning his second balls. Hawksy all over the pitch. The two lads up top. For me, the tempo was set by Jake Hazel, and I thought was outstanding. The effort and the application he puts in, it starts up there and it runs through the team. So it comes from the two lads up top, and Jake got his rewards with two excellent goals.
Yeah, you mentioned about how good the goals were, and it's one of those in this pre-season, he doesn't seem to score tappies, does he? He always goes for the spectaculars of Jacob Hazel.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a tap. Well, to be fair, if he hits the back of the net, I'm not bothered, but yeah, I'm sure he would take a tap in as well. But it's opposite the last pre-season. It took him a while to get going. This season, he's right into it. He looks like he's leading the team. Long may it continue, because he's in a rich vein of form, but let's have it next week when the real stuff starts. Or even as long as he keeps them performances and that application, the goals will follow.
And just looking back on the pre-season campaign as a whole, do you feel that you've got everything out of it that you wanted in terms of minutes, fitness, and plenty of good footballers?
It's through a few challenges at us. We've had issues galore with injuries and COVID and having to cancel games, but yeah, we're happy with the mix of teams we've had. We've had good opposition against us that have kept the ball. We've had teams that we fancied ourselves to be better than and weren't at times. And then today we've had a real good non-league battle, if you like, against a Darlington team who were similar to the way we'll come up against, and it's finished with a nice 2-1 win, taking us into when it really matters next week.
So after that good win against National League's North side, do you feel that the mood would be positive in training this week going into that first league game at Lancaster next week?
Yeah, it would have been anyway, because you've got to get it upbeat going into next week. But obviously on the back of the lads are happy with themselves. They've beat a good team there. They've beat a well supported club that's in good position, so that they're pleased with themselves. But like I say, they need to be pleased with themselves after Saturday next week.
Thank you very much, Lee.